What's going on, guys? Welcome to this week's video. I'm Steve. Today, we are going to be doing some work to the 1JZ Fox body. So if you don't remember this car, you've never seen it before, this is an 89 Fox body with a 1JZ VVTi in it. About a year ago, I picked this thing up about 4 hours north. This gentleman right here. We drove up north, picked this thing out of a snowbank in North Bay, Ontario. Put it back together. I need to take this and kind of connect it. I got it on the dyno, cleaned it up. Yikes. Drifted it. Drove it. It made 264 wheel and 315 pound-feet of torque. Because it is stock 1JZ on a Fuel Tech FT450. She's stock. Factory turbo isn't happy, and frankly, I'm not that happy with only 260 wheel out of a 1J. So today, we're gonna be tearing off the stock manifold, stock turbo, to make room for some spicier units. But before we show you what we got, we gotta get this thing up in the air and start yanking the old turbo off it. So let's get the jacks out and try and put the rod somewhere, or... All right. Okay, let's get her up in the air first. Just watch it on that, yeah, watch it on the shelf. Yeah. How are we doing on this side?
You're good to the, I mean, it's high as fuck.
It's good.
It's starting to level out.
I'm not super way over there.
She's not going anywhere.
So before we rip the factory turbo and the beautiful factory manifold out of here, this is a rebuilt factory CT15B. These things came stock on 1JZ VVTis. This one is kind of rebuilt. You can see right here, our center section is looking a little different from, say, the exhaust section. It was rebuilt with like an Alibaba eBay center section, and it's not the happiest. Smokes a little bit. And it was pushing about 18 PSI, right around 3,000. And as soon as you got to 5,500, it would just kind of choke itself out. These are notoriously small in the back housing, so we're getting way too much manifold pressure. I think you can make pretty decent power with factory manifold, but we just figured if we're putting a new turbo on it, we might as well just rip this bitch out.
I think one of the bigger problems Purdy was having, that's why he was only like able to make like 13 or 14 PSI up top, is one of the tricks with these setups, as we've seen with like our friends Mike and Chris both have similar setups. They all went external gate, and just the external gate just helps it breathe a little bit better, allow the gate to open up so early. So it's just fighting itself to try and make 18 PSI.
Yeah, and it's also 260 wheel. Theirs make closer to 300 wheel. Yep. With the external gate mod. This one didn't have it, didn't want to do it because it was never going to stay on there for very long.
That's why we're going
Because, whoa, we're going over there. So let's take her out.
Thing, and also in the downpipe.
Dude, did you already get that out?
Yeah, dude, these are all like really chill.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going down to get our mid-pipe off.
If you want to take a...
Man, look how warm it is in here. The floor is cold. Yeah.
But for now, I'm just going to start taking some clamps off.
I say nothing would surprise me, man. There's so many different some shit on here.
Just makes life easier, but honestly, it's not like it's a race car. Actually, let me get that. Drop.
I hate that I haven't bought one yet.
Yeah, it too. Gas kit, that sucked.
Oh,
I did it for
I need some leverage.
lever guy. Is it lever guy? Oh, that's gotta come off too. I didn't see that guy. But
there we go. She ain't a crusty beaver.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Man, this breaks so easy. That's so nice. Can I have a credit card? All right, oil line down below. So we got all all the bolts undone, downpipe undone, exhaust off, oil feed off, Mac valve off. We gotta take this thing out. This will be the first time that it's been off, well, since I've owned it for sure, but who knows when the last time this thing came off. Turbo, more recently for sure, but does not like more. Why are you so...
Have we got all the bolts?
I think so. It feels like something's attached to it still down here.
Took that pipe off?
Yes, but... Oh, it's a turbo support. That's interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Take two.
Okay. Now that we got the turbo hanger off, this thing should be ready to come out. That's worked a lot better the second time. And there she is.
One big unit.
Next to the new unit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, as you can see, just a little guy, little manifold.
Ports,
With these weird flex things.
I can't believe they've held up so well, though. You gotta think the motor's like 30 years old, right?
Yeah. Good old Toyota engineering.
Doesn't honestly feel that crazy heavy for cast either. I guess it is just a little fella.
It's small.
Yeah. Cool.
Internal gate.
Yep.
And what are these? It'd be interesting to know what these are like internally gated to, because if you were able to go 18 psi, it must be like an 8 or 10 pound spring, something like that.
I think they'll do 10, but I don't know. That's not official. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, no real shaft play.
This looks like she was powder coated white at one point, or
Spray bombed.
or spray foamed white, I should say.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Give her a little wiggle there. Yeah, cool.
Not bad. It's got a low play.
Check the difference in just like blade technology. That like good old 1996 tech.
I think these are still ceramic where those are
that bad
billet.
boy. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sweet. Well, we'll tear this thing down later just to take a look at it. It was smoking, like if you let this thing idle, you're smoking at the neighborhood, and on D-cell it was pretty aggressive. But that could be the valve seals. So this is a nice little downpipe, but we'll talk a little bit more about what we're putting on here.
If anyone wants a C15B with a manifold,
Lightly abused.
hit this guy up.
All right, so we got stock turbo, stock manifold out. I thought this would be a great idea or a great opportunity to show the differences. So this is the stock CT15B, which comes in all 1J VVTi motors. It's a little turbo. It's got an internal wastegate, which is it's okay. These things, as mentioned before, are pretty restrictive on the back housing. So when I bought the car and I got it running, I knew I wanted to get something better, but I wanted to get it up and running and have fun with it first. So now that we've got a year of just beating on this thing and having fun, it's time to make it stupid fast. Through my experience, and obviously my buddy Rhett, he bought a Pulsar Turbo. They're essentially like a Garrett copy. So consulting with him and consulting with our other buddy, Jason King, I went for a G30 660 copy. So on the Pulsar website, this is a PTG 5455 600 turbo. It's got a T51R mod for that woos, because as inefficient as the old turbo is, it sounds so cool. Like all the boost surge. The modern turbos, they're they're way better, they're faster, the tech's way better, but the sound isn't there. So T51R mod. It is a 0.7 AR front and back, and it's gonna have a V-band mount. So mount to the manifold. So
Dual V-band.
Dual V-band, yes. So with this, I am hoping to crack the 350 wheel mark on this thing and just have a little bit more fun. So other than 30 years difference on the technology, we are moving to an external gate from an internal gate. So as mentioned, internal gate is going to open like this. This is basically how this guy is going to open all the time. And my understanding of internal gates is they do not have as good control over boost pressure. They will always open slightly, so you're going to lose a little bit of the response. Whereas this guy is a Pulsar wastegate. It's a 50 mil wastegate. has a 14-pound spring in it, and with the 3-port Mac valve that we have in the FuelTech FT450, it's going to give you better boost response, going to give you better boost control. Comes with multiple springs, multiple positions. You can put anything from like a 3-pound spring to like a 26-pound spring in it. And rule of thumb is 20-pound spring could make 40 pounds of boost. So we're not going to do that. That's pretty crazy. I think you're either going to stick with a 14-pound spring or possibly dial it back to like a 10-pound spring. We're actually just chatting, and it would be really interesting to keep them the same. So this one, I think, has about a 10-12-pound spring in it. If we put the same in this, it would be interesting just to see with the turbo, manifold, wastegate difference, how much of a difference it would make in power. Kind of TBD on that.
Yeah. But any 1J experts, let us know, what does the stock CT15B have? I assume these are like 10 pound spring, but yeah. PSR is pretty nice. It comes with a little chart, as do all these gates come with. So if you're wondering what's in it and what you need to do, it's all color coded, and you just stack them up. It's pretty simple. You just pull it off, and it's got these little rings, and they all sit in there. So the most this gate can see is 26, which is crazy. 26 pound spring, which is wild, which would be insane.
I've never met anybody who has a Pulsar gate. I know you have a tile, Mike, Chris have a tile. This was a $200 gate, so it could suck. I don't know, but I figured what the heck, it was Black Friday, we'll buy that. And if nothing else, now we have an app comparison between a tile gate on 4 vehicles that are all turbos and this. So I don't know.
We're about the deals.
Yeah. For a manifold, this was something that I kind of looked into a lot. I ended up going with a CX Racing manifold, and this is unfortunately a T4. CX Racing Super China Special, and they did not have a V-band option for this one, which is really unfortunate because it adds some height and it doesn't have the adjustability, but I did not want to do a T4 back housing, so Pulsar offers this T4 to V-band conversion, which I'm going to take to my buddy Mike Cattell, and he's just going to fully weld this thing on, so it's V-band and it's fully adjustable. So it kind of is not, really nice, but CX Racing was a $700 manifold. We know buddies who've run them for years with really minimal problems. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
I mean, in comparison, it looks really nice. The Artex and stuff are sweet, but they're like double or triple the price depending on what you're looking for. So for the money, for the reliability, for the people who know who run this, we decided CX because I wanted to keep it relatively inexpensive. This is $1,800 USD for all this stuff, and could make 150 more wheel, which would be cool. We're not really sure yet. So things that have to happen to the manifold other than welding the V-band at the top, we got to chop this thing off, V-band the wastegate, because obviously our wastegate is V-band. So overall, it looks pretty cool though. Like, it looks sick. Probably gonna do the Cerakoting, I think.
I mean, I'm sure there's guys out there that have made shit tons of power on CX Racing manifolds. So.
Yeah, and everything we've seen online, like there's a couple Facebook groups of like 1JZ, like dyno groups that things with this similar setup, even just this turbo and some fuel on a stock manifold, it's close to 400. So that's what we're going for. So this is the new turbo setup, and I really hope it fits because Toyota in a Mustang with an S13 manifold. So I guess here we go.
Here we go.
This will be the first test. The micrometer said it'll fit. I don't know if it actually will. And it does not. I'm scared, didn't take the oil feed off and thought it wasn't gonna fit, but official first fit. S13 manifold on a JZ and a Fox body, confirmed fits. So we're gonna nut her up a little bit here. Just so it hangs on here, and these exhaust gaskets look awesome. But we should take some time to look through all the exhaust valves too, but this is just for measurement purposes here. That's sweet, man. That looks good.
Little mock up. Yeah, she's tight, but she's got space.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a strut tower. This will have to be rerouted probably under it just to get it out of the way because she's going to be hot. Definitely going to need a new exit for our downpipe here. That's going to kind of not be so great.
Yeah, definitely needs to come up.
Yeah, but overall, Looking good. All right, let's
nice.
throw the V-band on here and keep ripping. Oh, baby. So this guy is on here very loosely, just kind of, you know, wanted to see how it's gonna fit. Thinking we're gonna have to either go straight like this, and then run all our charge pipes here, get some sort of intake-alizer over here. But overall, it's looking pretty sweet. I am not gonna keep the gold. I'm gonna get this ceramic coated black, same with the back housing. Just keep it, you know, subtle. When you don't coat these, they kind of look like crap. Now that this thing is actually on the car, I know it fits. My next step is going to be plumbing all of the oil lines for it. So I need an oil feed and I need an oil drain. Fortunately, 1JZ, it's not exactly the rarest motor in the world. There's tons of aftermarket support for that. So that is going to be my next mission of handling the oil feed and drain, getting those set up permanently, or I guess more sturdily, hanging the turbo where it is. Then we're going to be throwing this thing on a trailer, sending it up to Mike's for the fab work. So my goal before I send it to Mike is basically everything ready to go, but it's not going to run because, you know, various reasons. There's no exhaust, there's no charge pipes, there's no nothing like that. There's no O2. So I want to get it as close to running as I can, send it to Mike's, have him do downpipe, intake, charge pipe, and also he's going to be welding the V-band clamp on there. So once he does that, I'm hopefully going to be able to start it and like kind of putter it around a little bit, which will be nice to kind of hear this thing sing a little bit. Then get it back here, address the fuel system and another few things, because we are most likely going to have to upgrade the injectors and the pump. Still kind of doing some calculations here, but pretty sure I know what I have to go for. That is going to do it for this episode of Steve Does Stuff. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate you very much. See you next time.